What's up? What's up? And suit up because welcome to episode 30. It is going to be legend. Wait for it. Dary.
I don't know.
Suit up. If those of you know How I Met Your Mother, you know what I'm talking about. Okay. So we have our host this evening, MIZZL Paso.
Okay, are you gonna pause for everything today?
I'm feeling it right now. And it's a dramatic pause. I've been working on it, guys. I went to a little podcast school, and they're like, you have to work the dramatic pauses. So therefore, we also have the delectable Ed Reed.
What's up, family? How y'all doing? How are y'all doing tonight?
Good.
Yeah.
I'm kind of tired because that damn storm kind of kept me. I was anticipating the storm all night. That hoe came at 8 o'clock in the morning, and they still were like, "Go to work." So that kind of sucked.
I wasn't that bad down here. Some parts may got hit harder than others, but for me, my lights went out for like 3 seconds, and then I just went back to playing PlayStation 5, so I was good.
I was doing one of these like Midwestern snow days, except for obviously it's flood days down here in Houston. But no such luck. I had to go to work.
Yeah, I was wishing for the power to get cut out, but that didn't happen either. So yeah.
Hold on, you want the power to go out while you're playing the PlayStation?
No, at work.
Oh, at work.
My house. Yeah, I needed the power to get knocked out, but it was all good. I've had 2 really productive days at school, which I always do. But yeah.
You know, though, family, we shouldn't be complaining because Across the Pond is on this evening, and it's way past their bedtime across the pond. So
across the pond.
That storm that kept us up this morning, there was tornadoes all over Texas, by the way, across the pond. I don't know if you saw on the news because I'm not sure it got to you, but there was tornadoes all over Texas, all kinds of bad weather. However, we are here. We survived, as we always do.
So what time is it there? Where are they at again? Across the pond?
I believe it's like 9 hours ahead, 7 to 9, right? So they're in the UK.
Okay.
I'll Google it real quick. You guys keep talking.
What's up, Katie?
Yeah, shout out to them for rocking with us because I'd be asleep. I ain't gonna lie.
For real.
Oh, it's only midnight. He said it's only midnight.
Well, thank you for coming on here. All right, what's everybody drinking tonight? And if it's water, I'm going to be kind of disappointed because I'm going to start with what I'm drinking. It's our 30th episode, and I feel like I missed my 30s a lot. So I'm celebrating our 30th anniversary, or it's not even an anniversary, our 30th, what do you call it? Just your episode?
Yes, episode.
Yeah.
I'm still drinking Christmas. This is the 7th day. And it's Belgium style blonde ale by Southern Star. Delicious.
Yes, and Southern Star hosted Ms. El Paso and I on Saturday. We had all the free beer we wanted. It was absolutely delicious. And also shout out to Miss Jennifer. It was her birthday this weekend on Saturday. And she is the complete Southern Star Bay. So what is up, Raider Nation? How's it going? And across the pond, I am seriously sorry because I should have known you're only 5 hours ahead of time. But I know that it changes. So I was thinking 7 at some point in time. I used to be an international traveler, not so much these days. But anyway, let's get to what I'm drinking. So I am drinking a Founder's Dirty Bastard, but as I like to say, ODB.
Ooh, baby, I like it raw.
You can go with the Hey Dirties on that one. Baby, I got your money. You went with.
It's my favorite song.
Yeah. I bet it is.
Oh gosh. Okay.
We're not gonna get past the intros this evening. That's how this is gonna go.
Whoa. Didn't see that one coming.
Go right out with it too, because I was, of course, gonna go be like, "Hey, dirty baby, I got
Yeah.
your money."
No, she like, baby, I like it raw. That's where she went with it. But hey, I'm pretty sure a lot of people do though, Miss El Paso. But
I should have just said shimmy, shimmy, y'all, shimmy, yeah, shimmy, yeah. Okay, but
yeah.
All right, what you drinking?
Give me the mic and I'll take it away.
Who, me? Oh, if I
Yeah,
was,
Snapple.
Diet
you know what?
Snapple.
I'm tired of you holding it against me. No, I'm not drinking Diet Snapple. That was before I came on. So right now I don't have anything because if I did, I've been drinking like a gallon of water all day, and I wouldn't have made it 30 minutes on the show. So I'm not drinking anything right now.
Okay, good for you. You fast 30 minutes while we're talking. All right, let's go. I'm really off. I really need to get some sleep. All right, let's go to fact check against the glass. I can't wait till we get some like sound effects for that.
One of these days.
One of these days. Today, our facts are about legendary fans. Do I go first? Because mine's kind of lame.
Get it.
It's kind of lame, but it's not kind of lame. So in 1934, Babe Ruth bought his 700th home run ball from a person, one of his fans, for $20. Like, imagine being that person, you know, in your 80s, and you're like, I had Babe Ruth's 700th home run ball, and I only got $20 for it. Yeah, that's legendary to me.
Do we happen to know what that's worth today? Like, is it still around?
I'm pretty sure it is. It'll be worth a pretty penny. I wouldn't say in the millions though, because
no, I don't think it's definitely. I don't think it's probably in the millions, but and I guarantee it still. I would think it still has to exist.
Yeah, somebody has it. I say like maybe
$250,000.
You know, something in that range.
If it's signed right now, it's like $25,000.
That's it
for a signed baseball.
Yeah, I mean, it's.
Oh no! I'm wrong. It says the ball sold for $632,369, which is a record for a signed non-game used ball. Non-game used ball.
Huh. So not his.
Man, I would have never gave that dude his ball. I would have been like, oh well, and then I would have came back and got a signature.
Yeah, but that's just like the guy who bought Tom Brady's last touchdown for $518,000, and now it's. You can't get anything for it. It has no value.
Exactly. That sucks. I would be so pissed.
No, Tom Brady should come out and buy that.
Yeah. He should do something. I completely agree.
Because, yeah, that's why
Giselle is not going to allow that.
What's that?
Giselle will not allow that. Well, she gonna say, you ain't spending my money on that.
Yeah, but
what we gonna do with that football?
Yeah, but she's the reason he keeps going back to football too, huh? Yes, I am.
True.
Yes,
what you got to win?
All right. Well, I mean, come on. If you know, if we're talking about legendary fans, there is nothing that I can talk about except for the Cubs 2016 World Series, which has been a common theme over the 30 episodes with me and fact checks, or just general conversation, because that was my favorite year of existence since I was born. So we're going to go back to that. Anyway, the most star-studded attendance. We're not talking about Super Bowl. We're talking about take me out to the ball game. During the Cubs World Series, we had Vince Vaughn, Eddie Vedder, and Bill Murray all sing "Take Me Out to the Ball Game" for the Cubs 2016 World Series. Eddie Vedder and Bill Murray both ran out on the field whenever they won against the Indians. But just to throw in a little shade there, what's a little bit more fun about this fact is that Billy Corgan with the Smashing Pumpkins, do you know who Smashing Pumpkins is? Okay. He is an anti-Cubs celebrity. What does that mean? He's a Cubs fan. Anti-Cubs celebrity means he does not socialize with the other celebrity Cubs fans. He turns his nose up, he's fresa, to the other celebrity Cubs fans because he says he never sees them there in June. He doesn't see them there when they're completely useless by September. So he ostracizes himself away from the likes of Bill Murray, Eddie Vedder, and Vince Vaughn, which I found completely crazy and insane. But Billy Corgan is a personality of his own anyway, right? I mean,
I thought you were going to say admirable.
No, he's a dude with an attitude. Billy's a dude with an attitude.
Because I think he owns what, TNA or some kind of wrestling program or promotion. He's like the owner of it. So yeah, he's weird.
He's super into sports. He's super into Chicago sports. And I mean, look, you see Bill Murray at Cubs games. You see John Cusack at Cubs games, right? But it's generally during the playoffs. Bill will show up at some random ones because that's just Bill Murray for you. Like I could be sitting here right now and Bill Murray could pop up over my shoulder. You don't know where Uncle Bill's gonna come in. So, but I thought that the anti-celebrity Cubs fan was a hilarious title. That's what he dubbed himself.
I'm about that. I'm here for that title, and I think he has all the more power to like snub all the rest of the celebrities who only show up for the bigger games. I mean, you had Spike Lee who was sitting, on the sidelines for the Knicks for the longest time, and sometimes they sucked, and he didn't care. He still walked with them. Huh?
He got kicked out though.
Yeah, I think they let him come back.
They let him come back, but he was like kind of given the number ones, right? Because he would always come through, of course, the back entrance, security entrance, and they told him he couldn't do that anymore. And so Spike Lee was like, middle fingers up, I'm not coming to your Nets games anymore. And then I think they probably groveled a little bit, and he's back. But there was a whole altercation with that.
But
that's because you're a real fan.
Yeah, but with this guy here too, you mentioned Vince Vaughn and Bill Murray. Maybe those guys are actually out there making movies where they can't just go to a game all the time. So for him to take that stance, I get it, but come on, man, who are you really to judge other fans?
I mean, I don't know. Does Billy Corgan have a problem with me that I only make it to 3 games a year? I live in Houston, Texas. So.
Well, you are a celebrity, so yeah, you do get snubbed now, Elena.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's move on to. You said what now?
I said, Billy, take my number.
Let's move on to the Red Bull racing. What's been going on with that?
All right. Well, hey, for those Formula One fans, we kicked off our season in Bahrain this weekend. You did not see your world champion of last year, Max Verstappen, with Red Bull Racing. He did not place. We had number 1 Ferrari, number 2 Ferrari, and coming in number 3, my boy, Lewis Hamilton with Mercedes. But complete change up there. We'll see how this year goes. It is interesting because last year they brought in $2.14 billion. The U.S. viewership grew to 36 million, which has generally been a smaller crowd for F1. And 445 people watched at least one F1 race last year. I would say thanks to Netflix for that U.S. viewership to go up, because there is I don't know if you guys have seen it, but there's an F1 series on Netflix, and we're in, I believe, the 4th or 5th season, and they follow the year prior season, obviously. But it is very entertaining, and I enjoy watching it. Not only do I enjoy watching F1, but I enjoy watching the Netflix series as well. So I do think that has helped the U.S. viewership go up. They're talking that Salesforce, a U.S. company, is looking at a multi-million-dollar deal, but I think it's like $114 million for the next 10 years for like the promotion of the championship. So we'll see where that goes. But just a little short and something different from football.
It sure is different, because you're gonna get this from on Tuesday nights, SLT South dresses and salted pretzels. Because I guarantee on the Wednesday show for Sports Life Talk, there probably won't be any Formula One races. You gotta come here for that. Thank y'all for that.
Coach, there was this one show where you guys were talking about changing the rules for the celebrity, not the celebrity game, but the Pro Bowl game for football.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And E. Jones had this great idea, and I was like, well, that's rugby, dude. And I kept commenting, and nobody was like, everybody was ignoring my comments. I'm like, That's rugby sevens. That's rugby. And everybody was just ignoring me. I'm like, okay, forget it. Never mind. We'll talk rugby on Tuesday nights.
Well, we did have a show with Naya Tapper, who's a rugby star for Team USA.
Oh, nice.
A shameless plug. Go check out
Tell
the You Got Next series on our YouTube channel, Sports Life Talk. B. Jones and I, we rock with everybody from actors to actresses to if you're a cook, a bowler, it doesn't matter. You got a story, we'll tell it. And we did tell one on Naya Tapper.
I'm gonna have to go back and watch that one because I am now becoming a rugby fan. I had no idea it was such a good sport. It's a really good sport.
Great sport.
Yeah, all the rules and stuff. I couldn't tell you all the rules, but I know they run fast and they get smacked around, and yeah, you'll love
it. I was gonna say my favorite part is the scrum, and I think I'm saying that right.
Yes.
I said it right. All right, let's go to March Madness because I am dying over here.
That's all she wants to talk about. She's like, oh, do we have to give F1 a spotlight tonight?
I almost didn't want to talk about March Madness because I have a disappointing team. I'm going to go through these 4 questions. Okay, you ready for them?
We're ready.
Who was the most surprising team so far in this bracket?
It's the St. Peter's. So that's
Dary.
Nobody saw that coming.
Heck no. For them to beat Kentucky? Like, what?
That was insane. But I have a different opinion.
Yeah, but here's the thing on that. If you watched the first round when Gonzaga played against Georgia State, if their big men didn't foul out, Gonzaga probably would have lost to them. Because, these teams like this, they have the juniors and seniors who have the experience, and they're not going to back down from the Kentuckys, the Gonzagas, the Arizonas, the Auburns, whoever. So, do I like it? Yes, for that team. But when it comes towards the end in the Final Four, give me the big dogs. I want to see the Cinderella crap.
What?
Well,
no,
it's
like the best part.
No, I get that, but hey, how about they get to the Final Four or the national championship and they lose by 25, 30? You know what I mean? That's what I don't want to see, but hey, do y'all thing.
We did that for the NFL for so many years. I feel like it's okay if college basketball has to go.
I love the Cinderella story. I mean, like, you got nuns, you got all kinds of stuff going on. It's me a little teary-eyed.
I didn't say I didn't like it. It's cute the first 2 rounds, but as it goes on, give me the Kansas versus whoever still left, Gonzaga because I don't know who's still in it because everybody's lost on my bracket.
Well, okay, but let's go into that. Who was the most disappointing team? Go ahead. Sorry, Elena had one.
I didn't give my opinion. I got a lot to say on this because the most surprising team for me was right here, baby. Double overtime win against Rutgers. Taking it to the MFing house against Alabama, and then loses. But Cormac Ryan with 29 points against Alabama. I will tell you, I am a huge Notre Dame fan. I did not expect them to make it to Texas Tech. I actually didn't expect it. I did have them going, by the way, on my bracket to Texas Tech, had Texas Tech beating them, which they did. But still a bonkers game. I mean, the lead in that last game, back and forth. It was a hard-fought game. So for me, even though with my brackets, I lead with my heart a little bit. I really didn't expect Notre Dame to go that far. So that was a huge surprise for me, especially after that double overtime win. And then they had to play immediately. They flew in, they landed at 5 a.m. and they had a game that day and they won against Alabama.
So did you get a chance to check out the women? Because they beat the hell out of somebody yesterday.
Yes. But for women, I'm a Lady Bears, Southwest Missouri State, aka Missouri State fan. So my heart was broken against that loss to Ohio State.
Yeah,
I actually went to Missouri State.
Yeah, my team made it to the tournament too.
Notre Dame. I did not go to Notre Dame. I went to Missouri State, and I was so excited because they could have won the game against Ohio State as well. It was a really good game. And shout out to my Lady Bears. I was there when Jackie Stiles scored her.
It broke that record, the most
broke the record. I actually walked the court that day. I was the only female golfer that had a good enough GPA to walk. You would think that golfers would be smart. That's the only reason I was on the team. So,
well, the school that Pam and I went to, they made it and they lost to Iowa State like in the final seconds of the last quarter. Because they played the heck out of this team, the University of Texas at Arlington. So, yeah, they did their thing, but they came up short.
The women's tournament has been really good this year. Really, really good.
I feel bad. I haven't been keeping up with it. I typically stay with the men's basketball tournaments, but I've been hearing a lot about the women's basketball tournament, and I think we're going to start getting more hype around it next year for sure.
Yeah, because the talent is amazing. And now the ESPN and everybody else is actually buying into it. It's about time because there's some really cold women hoopers like Caitlin. I forgot her last name, but she plays for Iowa. Oh, my gosh. She's
the point guard for Ohio State. I don't remember her name, but big ups to her. The bigs from Missouri State were crushing it, though. So it's good. I've really enjoyed watching the women's tournament this year.
I'm going to tune in. You know what? I'm tuning in this week for it.
Y'all need to rock with Houston because they have a good program there in the NIT. I don't know if they're still in it, but they have a young lady, Layla Blair. She's a sophomore. They got a good squad down there.
Well, okay, so let's move on to disappointing teams really quickly. Who are you disappointed? Okay, let me start. I'm disappointed with Michigan State. We beat Davidson, and then we were so close to sending Coach K home and saying, happy early retirement. You can go home, kick your feet up, and watch the rest of the tournament. Instead, we are at home, and I'm begging Izzo not to do nothing crazy and, just chill out for a second, get your team together for next year. But disappointing with Michigan State for me, and I'm disappointed that Michigan won and they moved forward. So I'm very disappointed with them. I'm very disappointed with them.
Hey, Ms. El Paso, I was here for you with Michigan State. That was a great game as well. I was cheering. I was cheering for you. Definitely not cheering for Duke. Most disappointing for me were the Illini. They looked like complete trash. They barely beat Chattanooga. Houston had their number. The Illini, they were messy. They wouldn't slow down. They wouldn't set up the ball in any of the games that they played in the tournament. So for me, the most disappointing was University of Illinois. Trash.
Well, they did play them tight in the first half, and then Houston blew them out in the second half. So.
Blew them out. But I mean, you saw against Chattanooga, though, right, Coach? That was like a disgrace. That was absolutely ridiculous.
Well, I guess mine is one of the teams I had in the Final Four, Baylor. For them to be down by 25 to UNC and then come back only to lose in overtime. So that was my most disappointing.
Oh, yeah.
We got a celebrity on the chat. Wasted talent.
Uh-oh.
What up, though, wasted talent?
I'm still waiting on that hat he was supposed to send me. You remember we on that show? He said, here's a hat. Then he never sent it. I had to go buy my own.
I mean, did he get your address, Coach?
That's not important. We're not talking about that. He could ask for it. He didn't ask for it.
All right, really quickly, who do you have for the Final Four?
Oh, are we already there? Okay. So I didn't have a bracket buster so far, by the way. Like, I mean, I had obviously teams that aren't advancing that have crossed out on my bracket, but I don't have a bracket buster like Coach choosing Baylor to win it all. Is that right, Coach? Is that who you chose?
I had them in the Final Four, and I think I did two brackets. So I think I did have them winning one because I thought they were going to bounce back and get to that championship for them, but boy, was I wrong.
So I've got Gonzaga, even though they did not look great the first game. Kansas, I've been super impressed with North Carolina. I feel like, yeah, I know that they won, their last 7, 8, 11 games or something like that going into the tournament. But they've looked impressive in the tournament, so I think they're going to be able to keep that run up. And then I got H-Town proud, baby. Go Cougs.
Go Cougs. I do have them on. I have them going all the way, actually, and winning it. I'd love to see U of H win it, actually. Who you got, Coach?
I'm trying to look it up now because I told you I was so scarred.
Well, here's the thing. That's not who I have. That's who I'm choosing now.
Okay. Well, yeah, no, we're doing who we're choosing.
My bracket doesn't show that for. I'll be honest with you. My bracket has Gonzaga winning, And I think that I had Illinois beating Houston. So that's crossed out for me.
So in the Sports Life Talk one, I had Gonzaga versus Baylor and Houston versus Auburn in the Final Four.
Ah, okay.
So I had Houston advancing, but I had Baylor beating them. So don't listen to any of my picks because that was, oh Lord.
Well, really quickly, I got U of H, Providence, UCLA, and Texas Tech. And I think Texas Tech is kind of someone to watch out for. I think they're a little bit of a sleeper, and they're just going to come out of nowhere. So that's who I got. Let's move on really quickly because we only got about 4 more minutes.
Right, yeah. Move on.
There's just 2 things I wanted to mention, and maybe we'll talk about it next time. Deshaun Watson and Devontae Adams, but we'll talk about it next time. But I do want to talk about Deshaun Watson. The celebrity gossip is that this weekend, his girlfriend, Julia Anais, I think I'm saying her name right, she was supposed to open up for Chris Brown at the Toyota Center, but Chris Brown canceled his tour. And so then she opened up for 2 Chainz at the Texas Smoke Festival. And he was there supporting her. My thoughts, Deshaun Watson didn't want to leave Houston. He wants to stay here. He knows what's up. His girl's here. She's made a lot of money in music here. So, yeah, I feel like Cleveland Browns is just a stepping stone to the next spot. But if he stays there, he's trash. And that's all I have to say about that.
So let me just say something real quick. I know we don't have a lot of time. $234 million guaranteed. I'd have been in Cleveland too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about that. I am so pissed off about all these athletes and rather, they don't play for heart, they pay for money. And I don't want to watch them anymore. I'm no longer a fan of that. Although I would.
Yeah, we need to talk about that on another
show. I would get with one that had $230 million. I'd be like, what's up, baby? What is that for? M&M's?
I mean, if I had $230 million, I wouldn't have to steal peanut M&Ms from the Las Vegas hotel, keep them in my purse for 3 weeks, and then eat them.
I can't believe you still have those. You paid like probably $50 for them too, because you took the whole canister.
Yeah.
Okay, and then the other celebrity gossip is just a little bit of a Houston known rapper. Her name is Just Brittany. She came out with a song called Not Houston. People are upset. Why? Because she's shouting out all the suburbs and saying, you're not from Houston. Because if you're from Pearland, you're not from Houston. What else? What was it?
You from Beaumont, you're not from Houston.
Port Arthur, not from Houston. Woodlands, that's what my grandma said.
Not from Houston.
People are upset. Well, if you have time, go ahead and YouTube that. There's a lot of funny memes and things coming out of that. So
that just might be my player anthem for next week.
Well, what's your player anthem for tonight?
All right, my player anthem for this evening is for all those teams and all those bracket busters that did not make it. But the real legend, MF and Dary, is our man, Buddy Guy, the Chicago blues man, the only living blues man in history that is still out touring. And the name of the song that I've chosen that is a Buddy Guy original is Damn Right, I've Got the Blues by Buddy Guy. Because Ms. El Paso and I saw him on Saturday night. And he played the guitar with every household item you can think of. He cussed at the crowd. He jumped off the stage and walked around the crowd playing his guitar. He actually called a guy in the crowd an MFer. And I was here for it. Cheers to you, Mr. Buddy Guy. You are a legend.
He is legend. Yes. All right. And who's your player hater?
Well, my player hater are the commentators for the Alabama Notre Dame game. I'm calling you out, Avery Johnson, Steve Smith, and Lisa Byington. Because the only thing they could talk about the entire game is how Alabama was going to come back. And as a fan, And as a viewer, that really pissed me off. They didn't talk about Cormac's 29 points in his epic game until the very end of the game. They didn't talk about the stats during the game. All they talked about is what Alabama needed to do to come back, which is classic Alabama favoritism. So therefore, my player hater this week are the commentators for the Alabama Notre Dame game and Alabama in general.
I think mine are the referees for the TCU game. I know that was like a couple days ago, but yeah, I'm not happy with them. You have a player hater, Coach?
Yeah. Probably. It's a young lady I know named Miss El Paso, and she's always hating on this one team that has one of the Fab Five as a head coach. So she's my player hater this week.
Yeah, I can't believe they're still in. Is anybody shocked that team up north is still in?
Yes, I am.
Raise your hand.
Too.
I mean, I am shocked that they are still in.
This is what my face looked like during the game. Legit. All right, take us out, Elena.
All right, make sure you please like and follow Dresses and Salted Pretzels on Instagram, Ms. El Paso on Instagram, and Sports Life with an F Talk. I actually get that question a lot. Is it live or is it life? It is life with an F. And then please subscribe, follow, comment, watch us live every Tuesday, 7 p.m. Central, and every Wednesday, 8 p.m. Central. Sports Life Talk Nation is here to represent, and we have a damn good time, and we love you guys. So thank you so much for joining us. We had Raider Nation. We had the UK representing. Laura Lamb says, go Cougs. What's up, Laura Lamb from Hawaii? And Mr. Katie Dammit, who is always our number one, even though third tonight on the chat. Have a great evening.
Adios.